Alberta employers use an integrated approach to support a safe and healthy workplace for workers. Let's talk about how hazard elimination and controls lay the foundation of our safety program. First, let's talk about hazards. Hazards come in two broad types: health hazards and safety hazards. And they come in four main categories. Physical. Some examples are noise, lighting, or confined spaces. Chemical. Fumes, vapors, or fuel spills, for example. Biological. Think of mold, viruses, animal waste, or bodily fluids. Psychosocial, including things like shift work, operational changes, or harassment. Hazard assessments are how we identify, anticipate, and mitigate risk, and preparing and updating them is crucial. First, let's talk about formal hazard assessments, which are generally carried out by a safety team composed of management, supervisors, safety professionals, and frontline workers. Alex is a visible leader with great intuition, and he knows that including people like Tina and Steve in this process is really important. The formal hazard assessment is completed before work begins on a site. This process proactively evaluates the likelihood of an event occurring and the potential severity of its consequences. Formal hazard assessments take a close look at what the worker is doing by assessing the tasks they are performing. Whether in the field or the office, the steps of a formal hazard assessment are the same. Step 1. Identify roles. Who does what in the office or on the site? Step 2. List tasks. Specifically what people do. Tina, for instance, loads and unloads equipment and materials and transports large materials around the site. When Steve drives to project sites, he meets with supervisors to check on progress, celebrate milestones, and complete observations in the field. Steps 3 and 4. Identify hazards and rank them to determine their severity and likelihood. Step 5. Identify a hierarchy of controls. Engineering, administrative, and PPE controls are established to minimize or eliminate potential hazards in the workplace. Remember, a formal hazard assessment should identify all potential hazards within identified tasks. What can we predict based on the work? Heavy lifting, fall from heights, sharp edges. First, we strive to eliminate the hazard, for instance, bringing all work to the ground instead of working at heights. Then, we implement engineering, administrative, and PPE controls to minimize or eliminate them. For instance, having all cleaning in the office done by a vendor who is a subject matter expert in chemical use reduces the risk of noxious fumes and chemical spills in an office setting. In Step 6, you will implement the controls by adjusting workflows, installing equipment, or revising signage or processes in the office or on site. Step 7. Communicate the plan and train workers on the expectations. Communicate the hazards and controls to employees using safety meetings, toolbox talks, orientations, all the tools at your disposal. Step 8. Monitor compliance. Build a safety-first mindset shaped by the controls you've established and communicated. Ask employees how controls are working. They are perhaps the most important source of feedback. Step 9. Review and revise. If a new hazard is identified or conditions change, the hazard assessment needs to evolve. Bottom line, a formal hazard assessment is not a one and done. When conditions or specifications change, the formal hazard assessment must be revised and communicated. At the end of the day, whether you are handling administrative work or working in the field, a culture of safety isn't found in your paperwork. It's lived every day by you and your colleagues. It's about being truly observant, investing in regular practice, sharing good daily habits, having proactive conversations, and instilling a commitment to being prepared, both for what you expect and what you don't. Because success is not just about getting the job done, it's about getting everyone home safely.